Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And before I get started, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If not, thumbs down works as well. And if you like knife content and you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Today I have for you the Ontario Knives Besra. This is a budget offering knife, comes in at $46. And this came out after the popular Chakra version Ontario had before last year, and I like this one, so I was interested to see how this one did, because I didn't like the aesthetics of this one too much, but I liked it, as far as a good beater. And like I said, I like the aesthetics of the Besra a little bit better because of that Wharncliffe blade. It's a good working blade shape. Get some specs out of the way. You have an overall length of 7¼ inches, so it's about that in that medium small range. Blade length 3 inches, so it's gonna be legal in a lot of areas. Got about a 2 7/8 inch cutting edge. You have a grip area from right here to right here of 3½ inches. And you have a thickness in the scales from here to here of 0.43 inches. And a close width in the pocket from here to here of 1.16 inches wide. Got a blade stock thickness of 0.116, so not super thick, but good enough in my opinion to be a good work knife. Let's take a closer look at this. You have a black washed Wharncliffe blade shape, nicely done. I don't know the coating that they have on here, but I've used this thing and abused it, and it's only wearing off like right there at the bottom. Not totally, but it's held up okay. You can see more on this side. Not bad for the $46 price range. There's the name of the knife, and I know this is going to turn off a lot of people. It's in Aus 8 steel, but I'm just going to be honest. I would take Ontario's Aus 8 over pretty much any 8CR. That's just my opinion, my use. Your use may vary. Let's turn it around. You have the Ontario Knife Company on this side, and see it's made in China. You do have jimping up here. It is a little aggressive because it is pretty wide cut, as you can see. There you go. And it definitely catches onto your finger. So if you like that type of jimping, then you might like it. But I could definitely go without it because you do have a flat enough spine up here. I just kind of put my finger above it like this when I'm doing push cuts, or I just use the hammer grip. Let's close it up. Your flipper tab. It's a little odd. It's far behind. You can see it's behind this stop pin, so it's actually coming in contact with the back side of it. I don't know if you can see that. And let's just see. This is how the original one was. Now the original I had a problem because it had that little hook and it was just uncomfortable to me. So they took care of that, made it a little boxy. It doesn't have any jimping on it, but it deploys just fine. It's not as snappy as the Chakra. At least mine isn't, but I don't have any problems with failing it, and I much prefer this flipper tab. It's much more comfortable. It's more suited for a light switch. You see, you just put your finger on that and pull back, but you can push button it if you want. Just put your finger on top of that and basically push out. They both come out with authority. Your lock access is nice. You have this choil right here, and as you can see, the lock sits a little bit proud of the show side scale, so I can easily get my finger in there to disengage that lock. That's a big plus. Your hardware is black, all black, match the blade. You have T6 body screws here, and a T8 pivot screw. You have a tip up, tip down, right hand carry only, deep carry clip. Let's see what that looks like in the pocket. So yeah, that much sticking out of your pocket, not a big deal, but give you something to hold on to. This is a titanium frame lock that's been coated black on this side, just to match the blade and the clip. It's more like a black wash finish. The stone wash finish is more evident on like the clip and the blade. Not so much. You can see it does. They distressed it on the outsides. You can kind of see the the finish off of it. So it's just a light tumble. It looks like flow through construction, 2 hourglass standoffs. It is riding on bearings. Let's see if I can get some light in there. Might be too much light. There you go. I don't know if y'all can see that. I can see the little balls sitting on the show side scale has been contoured. As you can see, it's rounded, but the titanium is flat. The action, like I said, is nice. Comes out pretty strong. Nice and smooth. Somebody asked me to do that last time. Is it a drop shut? I mean, you got to give it a little encouragement, but it will go in. My chakra took a little while to break in. This one has a super snappy detent, and this one has a thinner blade, and it drops shut really nicely. This one's super smooth. Overall, I like the aesthetics. I like the use factor on this one, just because of what I tend to use my knives for. They might have been benefited by putting a little bit of jimping right here on this little spot, but then it might have made it sharp. So I'm fine with it just doing, light switch or push button, but I know some people would have preferred it. In the ergonomics department, it's good. In the saber grip like this, I overshoot that jimping because the jimping is a little, like I said, it is a little harsh. The hammer grip is nice. Everything that I did, it was a good ergos, nice and comfortable. Except, and I mean this, I almost don't even like saying this because not a lot of people do this type of cutting. But like I said, on the wood, whenever I'm sitting here and I'm pushing down, doing these wood shaving like this, that back part of the clip is digging into my hands, and it's because on this one, the stone wash must have not have got to the back side of this clip, and it has like a little burr on it. You can see how on this one, how the coating's off on this one, and it's very smooth back here. So I didn't have as much of a problem, much of an issue with the chakra as I do with this one. You can see how the paint's still on there, and you can actually see that little lip right there where that burr. So I don't know if that's common, but I did not notice that whenever I did all my cardboard cutting, my rubber cutting, what else? My rope cutting, none of that. I did not notice anything. And I bought some of this heavier duty 2-ply cardboard from Home Depot. It's their heavy duty boxes, just so I could because I do cut this stuff sometimes, and I was trying to see if doing these cuts made a difference. Did the pressure that I have to put behind these cuts cause the same issues? And it just depended on how tightly I'm gripping the knife. Just like whenever I used to play baseball, they tell you to hold your bat loosely because whenever you're doing tight, you're going to fatigue the hand too much. So if I loosen up the grip, especially when I put my finger up here, I don't have to stabilize that grip as much, and I don't feel that at all. It's the only thing about the 2-ply cardboard. If you go off the little seam, or you're not cutting against the grain, it just acts kind of funny, unless the knife's super sharp. But look, nice clean cuts. That's one thing I like about the Wharncliffe blade. You get that nice powerful cut, a lot of strength behind the cut with that straight edge like that. You don't have to worry about it sliding out of the cut at all. Let's do some size comparisons, and then I'll talk about some of my little nitpicks. Like I said, this is its predecessor, the Chakra. Chakra is just a little bit longer in length. I don't know if I said this is micarta. I'm sorry, that's a big thing. It's just cheap micarta. There's not much fabric in there, it looks like, and whatever they use for the resin, the micarta looks better on the Chakra than it does on the Besra. Just a cheap micarta. But it is a budget blade, and I was kind of buying it for that purpose, just to see how it did. Another one of my this is one of my favorite in this arena, in the budget arena, and that is the QSP Penguin. So they're very, very similar in blade shape. You get a little bit higher of a grind on the Besra, and very similar handles too, except you have a more straight back handle. You have this little hook on the QSP Penguin, and then you have the Dozer Hunter. Both of these are in D2. There you go. So the Hunter is a little bit longer. Let's see, two more. Another Warney, the Kaiser swayback. The swayback's a little bit shorter. And CJRB Rhea. The Rhea is a little bit shorter as well. So there you go. Let's see, hold on, put this up. So, nitpicks and complaints. Now, y'all take these with a grain of salt. It's a $46 knife, so yeah, I just, things you're gonna notice more things on a cheaper knife, more likely. First off, edge termination. It's not hurting anything. It just looks sloppy. But some Spydercos are like that too. So, or a lot of them are like that. But this one's just done a little bit wonky. The Aus 8, like I said, it's not the best steel in the world, but it's a good budget steel. Cold steel, used it for a while. Not a lot of people complained. Is it my favorite steel? No. Coating's okay. Next, that sharp spot I talked about on the back side of that clip, that's an easy fix. I can knock that down with a file or something. Other than that, it was very ergonomic in my hands. I just noticed both sides of those clips are a little bit sharp, and whenever I was doing pressure cuts, I did notice it. This drives me crazy, but I can overlook it on a $46 knife, I guess. And hopefully it's just mine. It is dead centered, but you do have detent slop, as you can see. That just means the detent ball hole's a little bit too oversized for the detent. And hopefully, it might have just been the whatever they used to drill the detent holes on mine might have been like at the end of its life or something. So, and let me know if you had this knife and you had the same thing. And this is not, so big of a deal for me, but I definitely understand, and there's no left-hand carry on here. So what I think, $46 for a titanium frame lock, that I think it's a good deal. Now, if it wasn't a titanium frame lock and it was just micarta liner lock, I would say no, not at $46. But go look, and there's not a whole lot of titanium frame locks for under $100, or at least under the $50 mark. There's not many at all. There's a few, but not many. So would I recommend this knife? Yeah, as a good little work knife. I've used this knife. I was testing out that tip like I've been doing here lately. I enjoy doing it, seeing how that tip's gonna work on a Warney. Bury that in there and just crank down on it to make and this stuff is solid wood right here. And I did a few of them, and that tip is good to go. Didn't take any damage. That's something I've been doing with the budget blades. I've been putting them through a little bit harder of use because I want to see if they can, hang in the shop. That's something, that I'm looking for. So overall, I think it's a good knife. I recommend it for somebody who's just looking for, who wants a titanium frame lock and doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money. Maybe this is their first knife. You just got to know it's not going to be, it's not going to be aesthetic dream. I think this one looks better than the Chakra, in my opinion. If you have either one of these, if you have the Besra, let me know what you think about it. Let me know. I really want to know if, hopefully, mine's the only one with the detent lash like that, or the detent rock. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. I prefer the warranty blade shape, just for the types of cuts I use. I like when you see budget knives, with some materials that you don't usually see on this type of price point. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. And remember, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up for me, just so I know you're enjoying the content. And I will see y'all on the next one. Time to go out for my birthday. Peace.